THICH talks about dissatisfaction. Voice created by AI. Dissatisfaction, the big sister of resentment. A long drawn-out matter. Dissatisfaction is usually latent, a stomachache or even a final point of view. Here, at least, the possibility of change, purely linguistically, presents itself. It is silent, in this word. It can be specifically directed, but usually manifests as holistic and pervasive. Like a damp fog that slowly spreads. Dissatisfaction poisons the atmosphere in a very subtle way. Although the original and actual reason for this feeling occurred on a completely different plane of thought, it certainly affects the here and now in its superficial, perceived form. Disguised resentment. Dissatisfaction is nothing other than resentment, usually in a slightly less muted form, perhaps just a feeling that is less visible or perceptible than resentment. But it is significantly more persistent, tending to be negative. Dissatisfaction blinds you, making you even less aware of reality. It has a tendency to spread and influence others. Another outstanding characteristic of dissatisfaction, it can be seen in your face, your posture, even in your eyes. It surrounds you like an aura. Judgment effect. Dissatisfaction arises, like all fears in this world, from judgment. We presume to decide about things with our grafted, inflated, lack of information. To perceive them as negative, and then to mirror this feeling for our world. What naivety! How could a living person ever be dissatisfied? After all, the mere fact of being alive is already a counterbalance in abundance for any dissatisfaction. Look around you. What richness you have been given. In every second. And you live this miracle with a feeling of lack. Lack in the face of the overwhelming abundance that has been given to you. Only your thinking, based on preconceived judgments, can create such a feeling of constant lack, sadness, and dissatisfaction within you. How unspeakably sad and stupid. Look. Humility. One would like to cry out. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Even more so. Awe-filled wonder. Gratitude. Who would then think of wanting things to be better? Instead of simply changing one's way of thinking? Yet one continues to look for the fault outside. Thus, the main characteristic of society is, in essence, quite obviously its ignorance. And even creation itself appears defenseless against it. Yet this ignorance is a learned, controlled, imposed ignorance. Giant treasure. And for this reason, we may know, there is a gentle path out of this underlying discontent, this fog of discontent that often turns into resentment or outright anger. The tool to put an end to discontent, that is mindfulness. If we observe the world and the situation in which we live with genuine attention, with a deep gaze, with mindfulness, we become aware that we are surrounded by immeasurable treasures. That an infinite number of universes are contained in one loaf of bread. Conclusion. We have been given the ability to recognize the sun and water and earth and air as life-givers. Ridiculous, a joke, indeed, who still persists in evaluation and judgment, instead of merely marveling and smiling awe at the richness that reveals itself to us, in every sacred second of the day. Mindfulness, gratitude, awe-filled wonder, silence in reverent stillness. Awareness. Here and now. This is the path. If you did like the text, please forward it to your friends. Give us a smile, take a look at the many books of THICH.